Today we're going to be talking about the Arrowverse CW TV shows Supergirl, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Arrow. I do have a special guest, Carl Wise, with me today.
Hello, hello.
And we're going to break it down with the goods, the bads, and stuff we just don't care about. And we're going to start off with Supergirl and break it down each episode as they air. This is a spoiler-heavy episode, so if you have not caught up until episode 5 of all the shows, please come back later and watch this. And we're going to jump in right to Supergirl, which is titled Damaged. Episode 5, and the synopsis is, when multiple children get sick from lead poisoning, Morgan Edge points the finger at Lena Luthor and blames her creation of the lead bomb she made to save the national city from the Daxamites. While Lena knows she never intended any harm, she fears there may have been a flaw in her design, leaving her responsible. Kara teams up with Samantha to clear Lena's name, but it turns out to be harder than they thought. Meanwhile, Alex and Maggie make a crucial decision about the future of their relationship. Carl, what kind of negatives do you have for the show?
I love when you start off with negatives immediately. All right. Basically, my biggest problem with this is there's really no introductions or any kind of indications on the villain or what their goals are or what kind of motives they have. Nothing's been shown. Nothing's been said. They do tiny bits at the very last minute of the show. They show Rain or something about her, but they never give any indication on what's happening.
So you talk about like with the whole Samantha and like there's really no kind of like in the episode there's really no like inclination of who she is,
what she's here for, what kind of ability she has.
I don't think even she knows what she's here for.
Yes,
because like excuse me, it's again, I mentioned this past 3 episodes. I feel like it's the Doomsday story arc from Smallville with I can't think of the actor's name, but when in Smallville the Doomsday character was sent from Krypton, came, grew up as a human, didn't know he was Doomsday, and then became a monster at night, killed people, and then that kind of like eased the anger. So I think it's the same thing with Samantha. She doesn't know what she's here for. She doesn't know she's Kryptonian, and there's going to be some cryptic message that's going to activate her, and she's going to become female Doomsday for Kara. So that's my opinion. I can care less. I don't care for this story arc they're doing with humanizing Samantha and making her best friend Kara. So, any other negatives you have besides?
What was the guy's name? The
Morgan Edge.
Yeah, Morgan Edge. Him. Yet again, he's kind of that Lex Luthor type, honestly.
Yeah.
He gives off a lot of that Lex Luthor vibe to him. It's like, I have all this money, I have all the power, and I'm gonna blame, just because you pissed me off, I'm gonna use it, take everything you're worth, and it's just, what reason?
It's really sad that he went and poisoned a bunch of kids just to get back at Lena.
Just because she bought a company. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna poison a bunch of kids, blame it all on you, you got no proof.
And don't get me wrong, it was a foolproof plan for the most part. Doesn't mean it's right, because poisoning kids to get back at a businesswoman, go do business stuff to get back at her. I mean,
yeah, honestly, and this is my biggest problem from a forensic aspect. So, as he shot the guy, he either shot him directly point blank in the face or in the chest.
Yeah.
Right? That is how would anybody be able to commit suicide that way?
I don't think it was. I don't think he was trying to say like, he committed suicide.
No, that's exactly what he said.
Well, no, because he's like, I just need you to have gun residue on your hand. That way, it's more of a self-defense kind of attack if it comes back to him.
I don't even think that was that. Because literally...
That's why I took it, at least.
No, because he literally needed gun residue on his hand. Like, he's the one who shot the computer and shot himself.
Maybe.
Because they're not going to check his hands for the gun residue. Because they're just not going to. So it's literally... But it's just the forensic doesn't make sense of him getting shot directly in front of him. Because if you try to hold a gun like that, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So that's just one of those little discrepancies that I could see somebody looking at, or hopefully be looking at. Somebody shot him. He didn't shoot himself.
I don't think they will.
I know they won't.
I think Carl's gonna be the one to get him in jail, or Lena, they're going to make him confess to the crimes he's committed.
That's another problem with that. Carl is not going about this a very right way. I know she's Supergirl, but she goes up to him and is like, "So you poisoned kids, blah 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 blah," and he's like, "Okay, you can accuse me of poisoning the kids, but you have absolutely no proof. You have absolutely no things. So you have nothing you can do to me." It's like last time, you put me on a freighter crate in the middle of the ocean. It cost me $30 in dry cleaning, a couple hours of just hassle. That's all she could do to him, was just hassle him. And she can't really do anything. She has the team and the people to actually be able to, I think, connect the dots back to him.
But that's the thing. Kara doesn't have to. Lena's already connected the dots. It was a company that Morgan Edge's company bought, which they quote unquote released
they sold it 2 years ago.
A couple years ago, which it still connects to him.
It's connected to him, but unfortunately, because of the year, he probably doesn't own it. But he still probably has influences.
Yeah,
but
and
at that point, there's really not much you connect.
But I mean, even though it's like physically, they're like, oh yeah, well he's not connected to it now. There's still connections to the company that could cause. Granted, I don't work in the police department. I don't work in the police department. I don't work in forensics, so I don't know how that all works. I just know my knowledge from CSI and all those crime shows. I liked Morgan Edge in the first episode we got of him, because he was that very backstabbing businessman. In this episode, he was just a monster.
Yeah.
Like, anyone who poisons kids, I mean, is a monster. And
he literally poisons the kids, blames it on somebody else, and then tried to poison even more people.
Yeah.
The
whole plane.
He tried to take out even more people.
And it's like he also tried to use like the device that saved the world from an alien invasion.
Mm-hmm.
So besides that, I would like to see what I'm kind of curious what's going to happen with Alex. But other than Alex, I really don't care about any other. I have not really cared about any of the other characters.
Except for Win. You still a fan of Win.
I will love Win. I can any day of the week, because that's just Win all day, every day. It's. But yeah, besides that, I haven't really enjoyed or even cared about any of the characters, except there's two characters I care about, and they're not on the show at all anymore, I don't think. Well, one of them will be, and it's Martian Manhunter's father. And I actually care about Samantha's daughter. Only because I have a really good feeling she's going to die. It's sad to say that.
Alright. Well, speaking of which, what do you think about the big breakup between Alex and... Yeah.
I'm just going to write about that now. I was going to do it later after all four of the shows have been... But I'm just going to do it now. I'm tired of the CW music video scenes. We've gotten so many episodes this season's. Because we got where like sad music was playing, Alex was packing, Maggie just comes over here randomly, changes the song to, I believe, a Bare Naked Lady song. Because I think that's Alex's favorite band, so changes the song. They start dancing, smiling, having fun. They have intercourse, and then they're like, "You sure this is what you want?" And Alex is like, "I want to be a mother." Maggie's like, "I don't want to be a mother," and that's it. Like, do we really have to have a musical montage of them dancing while she was supposed to be packing? Like, it's stupid. We got last week with Flash when Joe told everyone about the new baby, which I hope is named Daniel. Really hope that baby's name is Daniel. And then we broke out into another music montage of them being happy and celebrating when it's like, you could have done this a completely different way. Please, CW. I know you really shot half the season episodes, but stop with the musical montages. I'm done with them. What about you, Carl? How did you feel about Virgo?
It was coming. Honestly, we knew it was coming.
I think I said last episode it was going to be in 2 episodes, right?
Yeah. It happened sooner than expected, but it was definitely coming.
Never run on those things.
It was definitely coming. Unfortunately, I get once you saw how serious well, why did I forget her name?
Maggie or which character?
The sister.
Alex.
Alex.
Okay.
Why did I forget Alex's name? It's very simple. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. But once we saw how devastated and heartbroken Alex was, it's like she's extremely serious about this, and Maggie's extremely serious about this, and I don't see either one of them giving an edge.
Yeah. I understand where Alex is going. I'm not really understanding why Maggie. We haven't got really a good explanation of why Maggie doesn't want kids.
Or can't even accept the fact that, if you truly, truly love somebody with all your heart, you will, support their decision. I know if with me, I don't want kids, but if I find a woman who says, I want kids, I'm not going to be like, all right, you're goodbye. This ain't gonna happen.
Oh, because I understand Maggie's parents and everything, not liking her or not accepting her because of her being gay and all this other stuff. But it's wouldn't that make you not want to do better? And have a kid and accept them for who they are? Raise
them in a world where things are accepting, and you can be more accepting of who they are and what the world has.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's we haven't really gotten a good explanation of why Maggie doesn't want kids, in my opinion.
Right.
Again, the sad thing is I liked them as a couple.
I did too.
I liked them way better than Kara and that one alien guy who's on the show anymore.
Even I remember his name, David. You just don't want to say it.
No. I won't say his name ever again. I won't say his name again until he comes back with the Legion of Superheroes. Because I know it's happening. I know it's going to happen. I won't say his name again because I don't approve of that relationship on the TV show. I approve of it in the comics, just not the TV show. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Supergirl and everything. I don't really have any positives.
No, again, like I said with the rain thing, they don't show much of her or anything about that. It's just if y'all gonna keep hitting and teasing, give me more than a minute at the very end of the show.
Yeah,
it's just she got shot she got shot and she didn't get hurt.
Do like the Flash did back in season 1, and actually till this day. Have the end of this episode, every episode kind of a little cliffhanger of what to come for the villain. So that's my thoughts on that.
Alright, well,
I'm just gonna move on to Flash because
that's a lot better
than it's a perfect segue in my opinion. Flash episode 5 titled "Girls' Night Out." The synopsis reads: having received an ominous threat from her old boss, Amunet Guest star Katie Sackhoff. Caitlin fears that her past time as Killer Frost may be back to haunt her. Felicity comes to Central City to help the girls celebrate Iris' bachelorette party, while Cisco, Joe, and the guys take Barry out for a night on the town. I think this probably should be night in the town, but whatever. Carl, what did you think of The Flash? What did you think of Plastic Man?
What good did he do? He got them thrown in jail.
His training. I thought at the beginning when he was training, and he was like kind of stretching into the running thing track they have for the speedsters, and he was like stretching into that with his body. I thought it was awesome.
All right, now see, I don't even think that was training. He just literally said, "Hey guys, look what I can do," and he just did that. That wasn't really training. He just did it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's still training for his powers.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't like it. I don't like him. Okay, well, we're gonna ignore Plastic Man. This title is called Girls Tonight, so we're gonna talk about the girls.
I was trying to get you talking positive about that.
No.
So yeah, we'll talk about, since it is called titled Girls Night Out, I want to talk about the girls last. I want to just talk about the guys real quick, because there was a couple things. All
right.
We had Cisco, Joe, and everyone else, like Ralph and Barry.
They start off at, honestly, as typical as I think those people would be, as crazy as well. I was like, we're going to sit at home, have a couple of drinks, and watch home movies.
Yeah,
That's exactly how I imagine those group of people would be. Until Ralph.
It was cool, though, to see that little brief scene where, like, young Barry, young Iris got married. It was like, oh yeah, and Joe's like, oh yeah, y'all did get married. Nice little nod to that.
Yeah.
Of, like, they're kind of always meant to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ralph.
And then Ralph first of all showed up uninvited.
Was he uninvited?
Yes, he was
Okay.
definitely uninvited.
I don't know why. I wasn't sure. Like, maybe he was invited, but like plans changed.
Nobody invited him. Their plans were just to stay home and watch videos.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't sure. Like, maybe Ralph was like invited into that, because I mean,
no,
they invited Julian last season when he first joined the team. It's
they
like,
liked
Julian, why don't you come?
They like Julian.
Barry did not like Julian at first. It took him a little while to warm up Julian.
Well, yeah, it took him a while.
It's the same relationship. Julian hated Barry. Barry hated him.
You know what? You're right. Why does Barry? That brings up a good point. Barry always has a bunch of people he does not like, and then works with them, and then that's kind of funny.
At least we know Ralph will be here to stay throughout the universe.
Yeah,
because like he has powers.
We see him to stay.
I don't think we will see Julian again.
Nah.
Sadly, because he actually grew on me.
Oh, Malfoy.
But how do you feel about them at the club?
At the strip club?
I was gonna say club, but yeah, sure.
It was a strip club, David. That's just, you can't censor everything from the world.
It was a strip club. They went to a strip club.
Again, Dipney's character just shows him #1 customer, and has a plaque of him face on the wall. Just, he's a #1 customer. How often do you have to go there? And how much money did you spend there?
See, the money, that's where the it's not how many times you go, it's how much money you spend.
And how much of that money was actually his?
I don't, because the episode we introduced him, he was saying he was struggling for money.
Yeah.
So if he's spending all of it at the strip club, there's another issue with that.
Yeah. I think that's why he's having trouble with money.
That, or maybe he just doesn't get business as detective agency.
Yeah.
Which,
well,
rest in peace, because that got blown up.
Yep. Well, actually, no, they fixed it.
Oh yeah, Barry did fix it. Damn it.
But yeah, all right. Well, anyways, they finally got the Flash drunk. Cisco finally managed to synthesize a drink that will...
It's too strong for Barry.
That is too strong for any mortal man.
That's probably the best way to put it.
Right.
I think Kara might be able to handle it.
Like,
but she's also an alien, so...
I think it would take about 3 or 4 of those, and maybe Kara might feel the same way.
I did enjoy the fact that Barry was going around pretty much saying,
I'm the Flash.
Yet no one was really...
Because everybody was drinking, just like, oh, this drunk guy's just yelling out, I'm the Flash.
Yeah, so it was like, everyone was like, yo, Barry, calm down. Calm down, Barry. And Barry's like, I'm the Flash. And everyone was like, yeah. I enjoyed that very much. Like, just
it was a very humorous episode for the guys at the, typical hangover bachelor kind of party that winds them up in jail because of a fight.
That wasn't their fault. Someone swung on Ralph. They defended. At least that's what I remember.
No, Ralph tackled him.
Oh, then never mind. Oh yeah, because he took... Never mind.
Yeah, because he broke the picture and Ralph tackled him.
Yeah.
So let's how much do you really like Ralph?
My statement on that. I don't know why I thought someone else did the punch at Ralph first.
Nope. They broke his picture and Ralph's like, "You monsters," and he tackled them. So
yeah.
Ralph started this. Ralph got them thrown in jail.
I did, however, enjoy the fact that they got thrown in jail. They're waiting. Barry's like puking in the toilet, having a little sentimental moment with Joe. And then Harry just walks in. I'll take him. And Ralph's like, excuse me. It's like, and him.
How did Harry not get arrested?
He wasn't there.
Oh, he wasn't at the bar?
I don't think so.
I could have sworn he was there.
If he did, Harry had this smart idea to just walk away. But yeah, no, like Harry just walks in. I'll take these 4. Again, makes it why Harry is my favorite Harrison Wells. Even when he's not like talking or like really having like any lines in this episode, his one-liners steal the show. So any other things about the guys?
Nah, that's about it. I don't like Disney.
By the end of this season, if you do not like Ralph, or they do not call him Elongated Man, or we will have a hatred for Ralph dinner of Mexican restaurants. Mainly because I think Ralph hates Mexican, so why not celebrate the hatred for him by eating his most hated food?
All right. Si, senor.
I have no idea if that's true or not. I just want to assume Ralph hates Mexican food.
Be careful what you say there.
Ralph hates Mexican food, not Mexicans. Make sure we got that right.
All right, so let's go on to
the
girls' night.
What do you think of the villain? I want to start with the villain because it is a pretty big actress guest starring as the villain. So what did you think of the villain?
Honestly, I actually liked her because I like her ability.
Magnetism?
I guess it was a certain type of metal that her ability is pretty cool because she reminds me of Toph from Avatar and her metal building, her metal bending, and I love her motions she did. It was so fluid and it had that martial art feel to it. She didn't just like grab it and just fling. She just did some elegant hand moves, and then
some nice little bending moves.
Yeah, she definitely looked like a metal bender, and it was nice to see. I
just love how she's randomly carrying a bucket of metal shards.
That was the funny part. She literally has this bucket of metal shards with her, drops it, and just like, all right, come here.
That's intimidating me. It's just, if someone's walking around metal with them, like, hold up.
I'm curious to see, is it just her arm she can cover, or can she armor up? And
I don't see why it wouldn't be just her arm.
I would hope she.
Maybe that's all the metal she could find.
Yeah.
I don't see why it couldn't go into her entire body, on her entire body as like full on armor. But the person who did play Amunet is Kate Sackhoff, who is, I want to say, pretty big actress. I don't want to say big actress, but like she is known in the movie industry. Some people might know her from the YouTube short we had of Power Rangers. That was pretty much rated R. She played in that. I don't have a list of anything that she's done off the top of my head, but I enjoyed her. Thought she did pretty well. Even she had the way she portrayed the character, I thought was well, and you can really see why Killer Frost or Frost was scared of her.
So let's go ahead and talk about the girls. So we have Felicity crossing over from Arrow. We got Iris.
Cynthia?
No, it's not Cynthia.
You got Iris, Felicity,
Caitlin. And Joe's girlfriend, because we can't think of her name.
I don't know why I can't think of her name.
Oh, God, we are terrible with names.
Sylvia?
Not Sylvia.
Continue talking. I'm going to look it up.
So we got them going on a girls' night out. You know, they were going to have a nice tame dinner, I'm guessing, because, again, those are the type of girls who don't really go out much, but, you know, they were going to have a nice tame dinner at a restaurant, and who knows.
I did enjoy the fact that they're all at the restaurant and the guy walks in and is like, "Did you get a stripper?" Strip it.
Oh, Felicity right there. She's like, just hurry up and take it off. And then his eye pops out, and she's like, I didn't mean take out your eye. I wanted you to take off your pants.
When that eye came out, my first instinct went to aliens. Of the xenomorph. I was like, that's creepy on so many levels.
Well, it basically was like the xenomorph mouth just came out of his eye.
But yeah, I definitely enjoyed that. And I want to know if Felicity name drops at going to Central City, because I don't remember if she did in Arrow.
She mentioned, actually, she didn't say it in the previous episode, but she did say it. She's like, she was talking about Oliver about in the bedroom before he left.
Oh. It was like a bachelor party with Meadows or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, you're right. Joe's girlfriend is Cecile.
Cecile, there it is.
I don't know where I got Cynthia or Sylvia from. But we got Cecile, Iris, Caitlin, and
Felicity.
Those four. Which I love how they point out on this episode, they don't hang out outside of
their
Team
work.
Flash.
Yeah, they don't actually. It's nice to see, because Barry and Cisco, they have a great relationship. They would hang out or do something outside of work, or you've seen them play laser tag before outside of work.
Caitlin was there too.
Caitlin was there. Yes.
It was mainly Caitlin and Iris.
Yeah, this was like a nice relationship kind of deal between Caitlin and Iris, because I think everybody has their good same sex best friend, but you don't have Caitlin or Iris don't really have that. They never really had anybody they ever showed or anybody they're close to.
That's true. Which I think that's going to change.
Yeah, so especially now that Iris asked Caitlin to be her maid of honor.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was a very nice thing to see. That we can have a friendship outside of work. We don't always just have to be work friends. We can be friends.
I mean, who else would it be? If they didn't have it, if it wasn't Caitlin, who else would be the? I guess Cecile could probably do it.
Yeah.
Do you have any negatives for the show episode? Because I think one thing was kind of a negative was, I understand he kind of just left. It would have been nice to have Wally with a bachelor party.
Wally there for the bachelor party.
Yeah, and I understand he kind of just left and, he's still working things out. It would have been nice to have him at the bachelor party. Nitpicky things.
Understandable. It would have been nice to see him there, but see, maybe Cisco would have gave him the special drink too.
Oh, that would have been awesome. And another thing I kind of want to point out is we didn't really get anything on the meta that
was captured.
Yeah.
Now, see, that's a one thing I'm glad you brought up that kind of made me think about something completely different. So how we said the villain ratio would be you said 10-2.
Yeah.
We didn't actually account for neutral characters.
That's valid.
we didn't account for people who really don't want to be involved in this situation, or
just have the powers.
They have the power. They got the power. They didn't ask for this power. They didn't want to use. They don't want to use this power for anything. They just want to live their normal life. We didn't really account for that.
I guess I didn't account for it because we haven't came across one of those people.
Yes. And his code name was Weeper. So apparently his tears create a drug.
Yeah.
So, and
see, when they said Reaper, my head went to like Grim Reaper, not like crying Reaper.
Weeper, not Reaper. Weeper with a W. There is a difference.
The way they said it.
I know it sounded like Reaper. I thought it was Reaper, but I read it was like
that's
Weeper.
That's a terrible code name for this character.
Yeah. But Bring in which you see Thinker actually out of his hideout. So apparently Weeper is a very key role or key part of his plan.
Yeah.
Mainly because he specifically said, "Where are you going? I went through a lot of trouble to create you."
Yeah.
So Thinker knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly what powers were going to come out of this. Somehow, but he knows this.
Yeah, that was another thing. The fact that the Thinker was on a flying chair. Like, anything else would have been fine. But the Thinker with this chair and everything just reminds me more of a Mobius in the, why can't I think of the chair's name? Or, continue talking, sorry.
Yeah, the
Mobius. I'm gonna look this up real quick.
But again, it just begs the question: what is the Thinker planning, and how much of this has he actually calculated, and he knows for sure. But that's just one thing I thought or was really interested in seeing. Like, we didn't really account for the neutral characters who are actually not even really neutral, but are forced. Because he got captured and is now forced to do what the Thinker wants him to do.
It's called the Mobius chair. I mean, the only thing it hasn't done yet is travel between time and space dimensions. But, I mean, him sitting in the chair and the chair flying, and he's also very smart and knows everything, is very similar to Metron. So that's just my thought every time I see that character pop up. So, do you anything else on the Reaper?
Well, again, it's just what the Thinker... We have now, what is it, 4 or 5 metas?
Let's see, we have...
Hazard, Kilgore.
Probably we got that right this time.
I know, right?
Plastic Man.
Weeper. And or Elastic Man. Huh? And or Elastic Man. We still don't know.
Oh, yeah, or Elongated Man.
Elongated Man. I say Elastic.
Elongated Plastic, I'm going to call him. Sure. Why not?
So, and Weeper.
So that's 4.
Okay, so we have 4 of the metas so far.
I feel like we're missing one.
I do too. That doesn't seem right.
Kilgore? Lady Luck.
That's Hazard.
Oh, Hazard, yeah, that's right. Still, Elongated Man.
And Weeper.
I guess there's only 4. Huh. I think there's a 5th one.
Yeah, I feel like there is too.
Because we're in episode 5.
And they've...
Oh, no, it's 4. Because we've gotten one every episode. And the first episode was Samuroid.
No, okay, yeah, the Samurai was just a...
Robot Samurai.
Yeah.
So, okay, so it is 4.
Okay. All right, so, yeah, we got the 4. 2 are villains. 1 turning into a hero, and then...
1 is undetermined.
1 is a prisoner.
Yep. Or in Thor Ragnarok's Grandmaster terms, prisoner with jobs.
A prisoner with jobs. Not a slave, a prisoner with jobs. So I'm really curious on what has he thought up to defeat the Flash, or what he's going to do to defeat the Flash. And I think it was either this episode or last episode they talked about Defoe.
I think they mentioned Defoe once or twice.
I know Barry was thinking about it. It's like he has had some flashbacks.
Because Elongated Man, Plastic Elongated Man, whatever, Elongated Plastic, whatever, mentioned, oh yeah, my boss was he gave me the name Defoe.
Yeah.
And then the next episode, he was kind of like reminiscing about what Bavatar said. I'm going to throw out one little thing about this before we move on. Is I really hope they do bring in a neutral character.
More neutral characters?
Not more. I mean, just like one or two would be fine.
Yeah.
Like out of the 12, that would be nice to see because I'm tired of either a hero or you're a villain. Why can't you just be there?
Yeah, like I'm gonna say, I want to live my life, but I have powers now.
So we're going to jump in time to Legends of Tomorrow. Which is episode 5, titled Return of the Mac. I don't understand this title.
It was because of the song.
What song?
The song they constantly played. God, now I'm gonna think of the song. Literally that fight scene with Damien of Dark.
Oh,
that song.
That's
the name of the song. It's not Return of the Mac or something about. It has something to do with Mac.
Okay. I didn't know that. I just thought Legends Tomorrow, another musical montage.
But that one was funny.
No, I don't care. I don't care if it's funny. I don't care if it's meant to be. I'm tired of them. They need help. That's what pushed me over the edge. It's that montage.
Really a montage. You just had a song playing while Damien Dark was sipping on a drink and fighting.
There were people fighting, and it was going between different characters with music playing. It's a musical montage.
Why is that bad?
It wouldn't be bad if it was a one-time occurrence. It's happened too many times in the seasons of CW Arrowverse. So, as you see, that's a negative in my opinion. But the synopsis for Legends of Tomorrow, Episode 5, Return of the Mac. When Nate thinks he has found a pattern to the anachronisms, it leads the Legends to London in 1897 to hunt down a time-traveling vampire. When they arrive in London, they run into Rip, but not everyone welcomes him back so quickly, leaving Sarah to make a tough choice in the end. Amaya tries to connect with Zari, but she is still struggling with being a part of the team. Meanwhile, Stein discovers what Ray and Jax are up to and is not entirely pleased. So what do you think of Legends?
All right,
I'm going to start off with the negatives because I already kind of got into that.
I like that. No, I just happen to like that song, and I thought it was funny with especially Dark Damien Dark, just how he was acting because he has his powers, and all he was doing was sipping his drink and just calmly backhanding people, calmly Darth Vader choking people out. It's just like take a drink. That was funny.
See, my question is, how does he have his powers back?
Now that's what we're gonna have to figure out.
Because like Arrow, his totem was destroyed. Legends, when he rewrite time, he has powers back. That was changed. How does he have his powers still?
Well, maybe Malice brought him back with that voodoo magic crap they did in 1858.
I don't know. It's stuff that I just don't understand how it's possible.
It's not explaining much.
I'm not really excited Damien Dark's back. There's other people I would rather have back. That being said, I enjoyed most of this episode.
I did too.
Excluding the musical montage and Dark being turned, them in 1800 London with Rip, I thought was doing pretty good.
It's actually, out of everything, that's like a most fitting place I see Rip.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know if it's because like I think he's from Doctor Who. I know he is a London actor or English actor, and he does a bunch of English shows. But I don't know, him in London.
Even just the way he dresses is always old English kind of style.
Nice little long brown trench coat or suit. I've never been in London. I don't know what they dress like. But yeah, no, I enjoyed this episode. The Zari, Amaya relationship kind of budding, I thought I enjoyed.
The biggest thing, honestly, on my mind is Stein figuring out what Ray and Jax is up to.
I mean, there really wasn't much to talk about except for Dark returning. They were hunting a vampire that wasn't really a vampire, which I saw coming a mile away. The moment they're like, oh look, there's two little
bite marks in his
bite
neck.
marks. So it's like it's a vampire. It's like there's probably someone with two-pronged needle using it.
I wanted the hope was a vampire because I wanted Rory to have his moment. It's like,
and it's because it happens too often, and everything I watch, like even NCIS has done this same storyline. Oh, it's a vampire. No, really, it's just two embalming or two like
needles.
Medicinal equipment, medical equipment. But before we talk about Jax, I want to talk about Sarah. She made the toughest choice as a captain this episode, in my opinion, and that was the call of turning in Rip to the Time Bureau.
And I can understand why she did it.
I can too.
Because as long as they've known Rip, as long as many things as they've been through with Rip, he does not tell anybody the complete truth or any kind of honesty whatsoever. He's always keeps things and very important things secret for him.
In his eyes, like, it's me to know, and I'm the only one
who needs to know.
And stuff like that, I was like, all right, bro.
Yeah, and
come on, you've been with these people for 3 years, 2 years.
Yeah, and things like that. It's just like, to a point, eventually, you just can't trust the lies and trust the deceit, because eventually it's really going to get somebody hurt or even worse. And we are doing you a favor by helping you out, and you can at least trust us to tell us the truth.
And it was another thing. It's season 1 all over again. Rip was like, "Oh, this is the villain. We have to go after him," but no one else really knows that villain's there. He said it was Vandal Savage. And Time Master's like, nah, you're good. Now he's like, Malice is an enemy, and Time Bureau's like, can't trust you, dude. You're being relieved of duty.
Apparently, yeah, because he's gone off rogue. He literally, because legends are, criminals to the Time Bureau. So he literally went rogue, partner up with the legends to do something that even though they knew was wrong and it wasn't, code and regulations that he wrote himself.
Yeah. He broke his own rules.
Yeah.
And another thing is the fact that Nate... Okay, so we had this mission. They were trying to capture this vampire, quote-unquote vampire. And Nate is the bait. This man can turn into steel. Yet he is taken out easily. Like...
Wasn't he knocked out from behind?
So...
This is something I like. I actually glad you brought up, because his powers are an active power, not really passive.
I know. I thought they attacked him from front, and then someone else came up behind him. So like the moment someone I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody snuck up behind. Like they tricked him again. He's not watching his front.
His back.
Yeah, he's not watching his back. Again, it's just his active power. He doesn't usually use it unless something he sees in front of him is about to hit him.
That would be true.
He doesn't really steal up just to fight somebody head on.
Well,
he usually steals up in defense.
But that being true, where was everyone else? Because it looked like he was in a graveyard. Sarah and her partner, which I think was Maya, was in the city, and everyone else was somewhere else.
They got terrible. They are terrible backup.
Terrible watching their teammates.
They're terrible backup.
Yeah, it's like I was watching the episode, like Nate gets kidnapped. I was like, where is it? Like I can go and hire bears to be better protection than this team for their teammates.
Are you sure about that? Because I've seen a cat try to take on a bear and the cat won.
Oh God. But at least the bear would be watching me. He might want to eat me, but he would still be watching my back. And this team was just like, who were
They
you
were
watching?
they were really everywhere. They were kind of scattered out everywhere.
Like, if you have someone as bait, you have someone following him at all times.
Let's say you literally can have Adam, Ray Palmer.
He was busy. Him and Jax were on the ship
Oh, that's right.
figuring out the high-tech watch.
Right.
But, Vixen could have flown. Sarah is a freaking ninja. I'm sure there's some kind of technology on Gideon or the Ray Rider that can help someone become invisible. I would highly be like, there's no way possible there was no technology for them to be invisible.
Yeah.
Or just have Roy walking around being a criminal.
Being a low life in the graveyard.
Have him dig some graves up. Like, I don't know. There's so many things they could have done with that. But yeah, they turned Ripken to be, because he's a terrible person to the team. Yet, terrible people to the team are still on the team.
Like who?
Everyone who wasn't watching Nate's back.
They're just terrible friends.
Like, I'm sorry.
They were close enough-ish about, I guess.
If you're using someone as bait, you have eyes on them at all times.
Maybe they didn't. Maybe they thought maybe he might be bait, or maybe we should still keep an eye out around the city.
Okay. If that's true, put a tracker on him.
Well, I guess they didn't expect him to be knocked out and lose comms.
Because that's terrible planning.
Well, they are a terrible team.
Expect the worst.
They are a terrible team at planning. You should know this by now.
But
They broke time. You can't be more bad at being a team if you actually break time.
Yeah, all my arguments are invalid because of that.
That's why we love them, because they are so bad at what they do.
So yeah, we're just gonna. I mean, do you have anything else you want to bring up before we talk about the end stuff?
Well, again, I just want to talk about the thing with Stein and Jax.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Do you think we'll get a new member on the team at all?
I really want a new member. I don't see it happening because they already got Zari, and that might be who was going to be, subbing in for Stein. But again, I would like to, because the thing about Firestorm I love is the sheer fact that
they're one body, shared mind.
Yeah, and that the other one is the fighter and the other mind is the intelligence. I'm not saying that Jack isn't smart, but he does not know.
He's not nuclear smart.
He's not nuclear physicist smart. He doesn't have 7 PhDs in anything.
Does he have 7?
Stein might have 5 or 7 between then.
Because I don't know why. You said 7. My head went to Thor. But however many PhDs Stein has, he is the brains of Firestorm.
And he can figure out how to, turn a bomb into water.
Yeah.
Jax would have never figured that out.
No.
That was all Stein. So I think it would be better for the dynamics of somebody coming in, somebody either as smart or even smarter than Stein too.
So we're going to just go into that now. We have Martin Stein finds out that Ray and Jax are trying to break up Firestorm. Which brings into one thing I forgot to mention throughout the episode. Jax's short-term memory loss.
Oh, that was hilarious.
I thought that was kind of a cool little thing. I'm surprised Stein didn't catch on sooner.
He caught on immediately. What do you mean? Like, immediately, that one moment,
I'm not talking about the memory stuff. I'm talking about the fact that they're not really sharing a mind anymore.
I guess it's only during certain intense things they're sharing their mind. You can do some things. It's but if you have an intense craving for grapefruit, that's when they share that.
Or having intercourse.
Oh, Jax is having intercourse now. Good for him.
God, that would be so awkward.
I honestly would have broke that up right there. It's you break it off, we just high five, man. I gave it to her.
God, that'd be so awkward. So we have Jackson and Ray trying to break up Firestorm. Martin Stein finds out. How many episodes do you think it's going to be until we find out they're done? Like, they're breaking up.
They're breaking up. I want to say it might happen at the mid-season.
That's something, because I think they're going to be still Firestorm doing the crossover.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely going to be before next spring time. I do like how he's helping them out.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because, Jax isn't doing this for any selfish reason for himself. Like, I don't like Stein. I want to get rid of him.
Strictly selfless.
He is doing this all for Stein. Like, he definitely said, I know you want to be here, but you belong with your family. You belong with your daughter. You belong with your first grandkid.
Yeah, it's definitely a big step for Stein.
Mm-hmm.
But someone brought it up to my attention, and I want to ask you: is Stein's wife still around?
Yes.
She is still around?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
don't remember seeing her and everything, so I was like...
They've been mainly portraying the daughter. Which
is fine, because the daughter's awesome.
Yeah, they don't know. Stein's mom, or Stein's wife didn't die or anything.
Okay.
They're still, it's just more focused on the daughter, really.
So my question is, if you had to choose a hero to replace Stein as just someone on the ship, who would you choose? It doesn't have to be another Firestorm. Just another hero we can throw onto the ship to replace Stein. Because I have my person.
God, and I know exactly who you're thinking of, and that was the first person that came to my mind because of you.
I don't know if you thinking it's who I think it is.
Are you thinking Blue Beetle?
Oh yeah,
Totally thinking Blue Beetle. Yeah. See, because of you, I've been thinking Blue Beetle would be a good choice.
Blue Beetle would be amazing.
Get Wally. Bring in Wally.
He was my second choice. Wally was my second choice, but Blue Beetle. I just want Blue Beetle in the Arrowverse.
You know who I want? I want Static.
Static's another good choice. Hopefully, which I believe Black Lightning is in the Arrowverse. I'm not 100% sure on that. If I'm wrong, please tweet me at Joker of Nothing. But if Black Lightning is in the Arrowverse, Static will be in the Arrowverse at some point. Because the people of Black Lightning have already come out and said they want to do Static. So bring on Static.
And even when you bring on Static, because the area is where Detroit, it's also where Vixen is.
Is it? Oh,
yeah.
Crap. It is in Detroit.
Yeah.
I thought it was Atlanta.
They're in Detroit.
Are you sure?
100%.
You sure it's Atlanta?
100%.
Interesting. So
100% that Static is in Detroit, and so is Vixen.
Well, I know Static's in Detroit, but I thought Black Lightning was being filmed in Atlanta or being done in Atlanta.
Oh, that might be true. I'm talking about Vixen.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, I don't know where Black Lightning's being set up.
I think the setting for Black Lightning is Atlanta, but we're gonna
neat.
Jump back. What?
I said neat.
Yeah, we're gonna jump back in time to 2017 to Arrow. See episode 5, Deathstroke's Return. Sorry. So the synopsis for this episode is Joe, Slade Wilson's son, is taken hostage by mercenaries, and the mission to rescue him gets complicated by a terrible revelation that could shatter Slade's hopes of a reunion forever. Meanwhile, Vigilante reappears in Star City. Carl, what are your negatives for the show?
I didn't see Slade kill more people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only negative. I need Slade to take out an army. Just one man. Just go ahead. I need to see tanks and stuff, him taking them out.
Yeah, no, but it's a negative and positive. Because Slade is going on that warpath of just killing people.
And all the jackals. He's taking out every last jackal. Yeah.
That was awesome. It was cool seeing Oliver being a diplomat outside of Star City.
Yeah.
I don't know what a mayor of a city would do, really.
Like he said, Oliver's famous for more than just being a mayor.
His name being Queen.
Yeah, he was a playboy, so he was always on the news about stuff.
True, and the whole shipwreck and everything. I'm sure that.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Negative for me is we didn't see Oliver dressed as, a vigilante-esque thing.
I'm glad about that.
Because I think he would have been more beneficial if he was using a bow and arrow.
No, that's what I'm glad about, because this is the thing that I enjoyed. Because from the beginning, when Slade's like, I don't want the arrow, I don't want your second life, I don't need you to step into that world for me. Yeah. I just need you to be the mayor, and I just need your name as the mayor, and stuff like that. And, honestly, I didn't believe Slade. I honestly thought he had some secret motive or secret plan to be like, when we get to the place, he's here, but, they're not letting him out. So, kid, can you dress up and we're going to go do a prison break? But, no, Slade was completely honest in everything he meant to say.
I was expecting Oliver to secretly bring a green some kind of arrow outfit, even if it's like Yal Fett's little green hood he wore in the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is probably my favorite episode of the week.
Yeah.
One, because Slade is by far one of my favorite characters of the Arrowverse. We got backstory in Slade. We kind of got why he was on Lee and Yu with the whole trying to find Yao Fei.
Yeah.
I thought his son in the flashbacks would being a little rude. Like, I don't mean rude. Like, he was just being petty.
Well, shoot, his dad just like always gone. You know how kids are. It's like, you say you do one thing for me, but you never do it. It's that kind of deal. Kids are spiteful.
Well, my thing was like, oh, you said you're a pilot. Why don't we get free trips? There's more than just one type of pilot.
I think that's the lie he told him. It's like he's a commercial pilot.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
So that.
I just assumed he said I was a pilot and okay.
Like, yeah, I'm guessing he said like I'm a pilot for this kind of like flying people, that kind of deal.
I will allow that.
So that's why he assumed like, oh, you fly planes for people, like for a company. Like, well, this guy does that same job and he gets trips, but.
Yeah.
But that's just probably what that was.
But yeah, no. And then the whole stuff out with Oliver and Slade, great. I love the chemistry between those two. I like how they're not villains or enemies anymore. And we're back to Slade being a mercenary, just doing whatever he needs to do or get paid for. But the shocking of this episode, we found out who Vigilante was.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that coming this episode. I expected it to be like mid-season finale, be like the end scene, like find out who Vigilante was.
And even then, even if they showed like him just taking off his mask, we honestly would have never thought it was him because I think they briefly showed what
he looked like.
What he looked like.
Yeah, it was one flashback with Black Canary, Dinah, and it was the same scene we saw this time. When she got her powers, it was just that same scene of him getting shot and her thinking he was dead.
Yeah.
I don't know if he is a character from the comics or anything, because in the comics, Vigilante was Adrian Chase,
right? Which
we saw was an alias for Prometheus. I don't remember his actual name, but I thought it was good. It gives us an enemy for Black Canary.
I don't even think they're enemies. Like,
When I say enemies, I mean like kind of antagonists for the season.
Yeah. Because
they came out and said that each person on the team has their own antagonist. So we see Felicity's probably gonna be Helix. Dinah, I can see being Vigilante now.
Yeah.
Green Arrow, the big bad of the season. I don't know what Diggles or Terrific. Curtis. I don't know what his would be. Wild Dog I can also see being Vigilante in person.
My biggest angle, but like they said, but they still have that connection because Dinah mentioned like he used to make matchboxes of like flowers and stuff and give it to me, and that's exactly what he did for her. It's like, you know, I know what happened between this. I still care about you. It's like, I'm not that heartless.
Yeah,
I still remember, but we are just on two different sides of the track right now.
Which is fine. I mean, I don't see him being good.
No, not all after all the people he's taken out.
Yeah, no, it's
he's out for blood.
Yeah, but that brings me to my next issue with this episode, or my issue with this episode. The FBI lady, she's out. She's already interviewed Diggle, Felicity, Wild Dog,
Ronnie, or not Ronnie, Ramirez.
I can never remember his first name. Renee. They've already interviewed these three. She knows who they are. She just has that evidence. She's even talked about interviewing Dinah. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Dinah's gonna, when the power goes out, Dinah's gonna turn into or change into Black Canary to fight
Vigilante.
It's like, why in the world would you do that? Mm-hmm. You have the FBI on your tail. Why in the world would you go to be a vigilante?
And this is even the even better part. Dinah or Vigilante knows she's Black Canary. Like, she did not have to put on the mask or anything, or she could have honestly stayed. Because she actually literally just hit him off with a blast, and he took off his mask, and it's like, what? Why did you do that?
That's right.
So she could have honestly stayed in her normal outfit and did everything exactly the same, and everything would have turned exactly the same.
Yeah, it's I think it was a very stupid move on her part. However, I don't have really many negatives of the show, of this episode, because I really enjoyed it.
I did too.
It gave me everything I wanted in an episode titled Deathstroke's Return. It gave me everything I wanted.
Deathstroke being Deathstroke and taking out anybody and everybody in his way.
And we finally found out who Vigilante was after an entire season, almost season and a half
of not knowing. He just kind of shows up, shoots everything in sight, and then gets away.
So I thought that was nice.
So, what did you feel about the identical of the Jackal's leader?
Oh, yeah, that's a plot twist right there. I kind of I expected it. I expected his son not to be who we thought he would be. I didn't expect him to be the leader of Jackals. However, I liked it.
Yeah.
Because it kind of brings in this whole, like, well, you weren't a father to me aspect, and it kind of might help Oliver with William, being a better father.
Yeah. Because you see, like, he went down the same path as his dad, basically.
But, yeah, it's cool with that. I don't think he's going to survive next episode.
You think he's going to die?
He's going to die. Mainly because in the comics, I believe this son is Jericho.
Yeah, it's Jericho.
I believe Jericho dies before he becomes Jericho. I don't know if they would bring him back, because they talk about not bringing people back alive anymore, but it's comic book superhero, so
yeah,
they probably
nobody ever stays dead.
No. So I think Joe will die next episode, and I do think Slade's gonna be the one to kill him.
Oh, plot twist. What if it's Oliver that accidentally kills him, and then that gives a reason for Slade to hate him again?
I don't think Oliver's going to accidentally kill him.
Yeah, I don't think so. But that would be kind of interesting.
Like, maybe if, Oliver had a bow and arrow and, shoot through one. But I don't see Oliver accidentally killing. I think it would be in the situation where either Slade gives permission to Oliver to kill him, or Slade's like, this is my son, I'm taking this job, and kills Joe. Do we get a name in this episode at all? That his name was Joe?
Yeah.
I was reading this and I was just I don't ever remember him naming his kid Joe.
Yeah. Again, I think it might be Jericho, but they just call him Joe for short.
I thought it was Joe. But it might be Jericho. I don't know.
Again though, at that last scene, of him popping out. What do you think is gonna happen next week for the episodes? Because you see Slade's face was pure shock.
He was crushed. I don't think he wanted his son to go down that path.
Yeah.
We're going to get an epic fight scene. I don't say epic, but we're going to get a good fight scene with Oliver and Slade together. Like they're teamed up together.
Do you
fighting
think
jackals?
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, do you think Joe or because I don't even think he would fight his son. I'm just at that point because he was willing to join the jackals for his son. I don't think he's going to fight his son. Even if they have some menacing plan, to take over and kidnap people, Slade honestly would do it if they paid.
Yeah, but if he paid, he
probably and it's for his son. If his son's like, Dad, I need your help on this one.
But I think Slade's also the person that if he sees Jericho and he's too diabolical,
he might stop him.
Slade's going to stop it.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, I enjoyed the plot twist. I enjoyed seeing the relationship between Deathstroke and Joe in the flashbacks. I enjoy seeing Oliver and Slade together.
Oh, speaking of flashback, I think Joe saw Slade kill that guy.
Oh yeah, no, I honestly thought we were going to see like Joe step out from behind a tree.
Yeah.
Joe knows.
Oh yeah, Joe always knew.
Yeah, no. I think Joe found this Deathstroke mask.
Yeah, eventually.
Because he was kind of like looking in the truck and then just like, ripped the thing. He was like, so yeah, no, he knows.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, the kid is stupid.
Yeah.
I won't say he's stupid, but he's not observant.
Yeah.
Because like all signs was leading to his father was like
having a secret
someone.
life. Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. We're going to do this last little bit of predictions for Supergirl through Arrow. Do you have any predictions for the following shows? We kind of led into with Arrow.
I don't know what the hell they're doing with Supergirl.
I'm not even going to
we'll
that.
We'll go ahead and skip to the Flash.
We're episode 5. I think we're. Give me a second. Look before I say something. Yeah. In 2 weeks, we're gonna get the crossover episodes.
Oh, really? Cool.
I believe it's the 27th, 28th. We obviously know Barry and Iris will get married. However, I think we're going to get a surprise guest. Someone we haven't seen in a little bit by the end of mid-season. I don't know who it would be. I can't think of anything. I kind of want Eddie to just make an appearance. To kind of throw a little wedge into the wedding. But I doubt that will happen.
Yeah, because technically they don't have a body for Eddie. He kind of shot himself and then disappeared into a vortex, right?
Yep. My philosophy is you don't see a body, person's alive.
I'm about to say, just because you go into an evil vortex of doom doesn't mean you're dead.
However, this is why I think Ronnie Raymond's alive. I really want Ronnie Raymond to be alive because I loved his character. But yeah, I don't have really many predictions right now. I kind of said all my predictions last.
Yeah.
I do think we'll get another member of Malice in Legends next episode.
Yeah.
I think that's for sure. So, but that's pretty much all I got for the shows. Carl, do you have anything?
No, we're good to go.
All right. I want to thank you for listening. Please comment down below what you liked of the episodes. What your favorite episode of the week was. Your favorite Arrowverse character. Give this episode a thumbs up. Thank you for listening. I'm David Jones. This is Carl Wise. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.